Hello. I'm just going to wait until this audience builds up a little bit here. Ooh. My name is Heidi Lavon. Here is me. I haven't been on here in quite a while. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I actually got back late last night from New Mexico. Ugh. Hold on here. I'm just trying to get this to work here. There we go. I got it to work. Cool. All right, so I haven't been here in quite a while-ish. Maybe 2-3 weeks. I was traveling all over the place. I went to California, and then I drove to California, and then I drove back here, and I literally unpacked, did laundry, and then repacked again just to hop a plane and go to New Mexico. I just got back late last night. I was there filming some stuff for a men's grooming line, and it was a ton of fun. I've never been to New Mexico in my life. So I was coming up with all kinds of topics and ideas to talk about. One of them is relationships. I'm sure everybody could relate to that topic. And I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So what is your best experience? What is your worst experience dating? What was your worst first date like? What kind of relationship you're in? Do you have one partner? Do you have multiple partners? There's all kinds of things. If you're a model, how it is to date a model. Do you get jealous? Do you get upset? Do you accept it? And what is cheating to you? Does that mean, is it kissing? Is it going further than that? I just want to know what you guys have to say about that, because everybody's different. Everybody lives a different life. I certainly do. I myself personally am, yeah, pretty damn monogamous. I'm in a committed relationship, and I have been for a little over a couple years. Things have happened. Not bad things have happened at all. Pretty awesome, exciting kind of things has happened. Yeah. So I want to know. I want to know. And if you're wondering where you can find me via social media, in the description box above, I've got my Instagram tagged, and I also have my Facebook tag. So if you want to follow me there, that'd be awesome. I'm also on Twitter and Snapchat and YouTube and so on and so forth. So I will show you guys this. Is that the right way? One last time. So go ahead and screenshot that. That's where y'all can find me. So yeah. Kissing is cheating. Do you think, let's see, this is cool. If you are in a committed relationship, what is cheating to you? Is it looking across the room at somebody and noticing them? Is it flirting? Is it texting them? What is cheating to you? What does that mean? Everybody defines it a little bit different. A lot of people in relationships have different kind of relationships where there's multiple partners in it. Like, how does that affect you guys? What kinds of ways do you guys, what do you do in order to get around that? How do you guys handle being in a relationship like that where you have to trust your partner completely? You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Somebody asked me how I started my career as a model. I started modeling like 8 years ago, and I'm going to be 30 in like 2 weeks, or not even 2 weeks. It's crazy. Dude, I think it just started like, I had a couple friends, and they were like, I've got a camera, can I photograph you? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. I really had no idea what I was doing at all, and that was almost 10 years ago. So it's been a long time. It went from friends having cameras to people on Facebook started hitting me up like, hey, you look this way, or I need you for this kind of look. Can I photograph you? And so it just went from there. I remember the first photo shoot I ever did was in a laundry room. Pretty weird. And it wasn't that sexy at all, and I didn't know how to dress, and I didn't know what I was doing with my hair. I had super spiky hair. I had like a short fashion mullet. I didn't know what I was doing at all. And then I was like moving around a bunch, and then I finally moved to Oregon, and I had a woman photographer hit me up asking me if she could photograph me, and it was a pinup shoot. Fast forward to present day. Today, I don't like doing anything pinup. I mean, I can appreciate the art of it. I can appreciate the retroness. I can appreciate that, but yeah. Anyways, so I want to know from you guys what kinds of relationships you guys are in and how they are working for you guys. Open relationships, let's see. I hope I'm going to say this right. Ricori says, open relationships or just a friend puts down all the trust issues. I don't know about that. Your last relationship turned into a Good Luck Chuck. Oh my gosh, I love that movie. There's so many comments here. I'm trying to catch them all, you guys. Just grabbing a good one here. What's my former as I knew 9 years and we had to, but she ended up the relationship but just tried to. Oh yeah, Elijah says, my worst relationship was with my former best friend I knew for 9 years, and we ended up dating, but she ended the relationship and just tried to put me back into the friend zone. Yeah, that's really hard. The friend zone is very hard. It's a cruel mistress, the friend zone. It's really also hard when you like someone and you want to tell them, but all they want to do is put you in the friend zone. So it's like, what are you going to do from there? What did you do about that? And how many of y'all are single, and how many of you guys are in a relationship? Thank you. Have you guys ever married your best friend? Somebody just made a comment about falling in love with their best friend and getting married to them. Bum, 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 bum. Thank you so much, you guys. All kinds of super positive comments from you guys. Hello. Thank you so much. I'm trying to think of my best and worst dates. You know, me personally, I don't even know how to say this. I'm not really the go out and date kind of person. I never was a person that dated multiple people at the same time, because when I find someone that I'm into or I like, I basically fall head over heels for them. So it's really hard for me to set aside my own feelings for one person to date somebody else, because I find that really hard. Do you guys agree or do you disagree? I'm married. I've been with my wife since I was 18, so I've been... Just looking for some, just reading through. Do you guys feel like this is an accurate statement? You can only be in love with one person at a time. Is that accurate to you guys? And I think another really good one is, does social media ruin relationships? Or have you found the person of your dreams from social media? Myself, I've met, let's see, just about a lot of my recent relationships through my 20s. I have met most of the people that I dated or my boyfriends online. I find that that was the easiest. And I find that dating people online was probably the easiest just because it was super convenient for me. Super convenient for them, of course. And I mean, you get to check them out online before you actually meet them in person. That's always a scary thing, like first impressions. Reading through. Getting a lot of answers about being able to love more than one person at once and or date more than one person at a time. Oh, you guys, I'm getting so many comments. Ah! I find it kind of ridiculous that Isaac Plata Silva says, I find tattoos really disgusting. Well, you're on a tattoo page. What are you doing here then? I think you're just trying to get a response from me, which it worked, but it's not it's not a good response for me, of course. Just reading through here. Let's see, what else? I'm pretty damn monogamous. Dating one person at a time. I think when you're in a relationship, it can be fun to bring somebody in. Yes, when you're in a relationship, letting somebody in can be both very difficult and very trusting. It's a very first impressions. Yeah, first impressions are a big deal. You don't want to go on a first date looking like a slob, but you also don't want to overdo it too. What do you guys think of first impressions? What do you guys look for? I personally, what do I look for? Obviously, somebody who takes care of themselves. Teeth. Somebody who has a great smile. I guess tall. I feel so cliche with these answers, right? I guess all girls like tall guys. Just reading through. Are you in this relationship or ever been in one? D's relationship? I don't know if I understand that question. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the topic of cheating. Cheating. What would I consider cheating? Personally, I would consider cheating absolutely when you're texting somebody when you know you shouldn't be. That's obviously a good indication of somebody cheating. I think it's backed up by feelings as well. Like if you feel like you are having more than friendly feelings towards that person, that borderlines, I think, into cheating for me. And then you have to hide it, and like nobody wants to do that, you know. But everybody has eyes. Everybody sees other people. It's kind of hard in this day and age where social media kind of displays everything out for everyone, you know. Thank you guys. I'm getting all kinds of comments here. Just trying to catch up. Puts out on the first date. And do you put out on the first date? Somebody said, I don't like a woman that puts out on the first date. I think we're human. I think we've all kind of been there. I'd say most people have. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's overkill? And do you think men are more likely to cheat, or do you think women are more likely to cheat? I wonder what that statistic is like. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Everyone keeps complimenting me on my tattoos. I really appreciate it. Subak, I hope I said that right, asked me what kind of guys I like. I was saying a few things a little bit earlier. You know, my boyfriend right now is very tall. So I do think tall men are sexy. I think tall women are sexy. Somebody who isn't afraid to obviously have a good time and feel a little bit vulnerable around me is always good. Somebody who has a sense of humor, obviously. Teeth, I'm going to say it again. Somebody who has nice teeth and a smile. Thanks for reading the purchase meeting. Also, as a model, I have a few topics for you guys. I'm jumping around a little bit because there's so much to talk about. I'm going to try and stay on one topic at a time. I'm going to read the comment, or read the topic, of course. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and then I'm going to ask you guys about it. So, because I model, and I have for a while, one of the topics is dating a model, like how that affects me. Have I been able to do it? Have I dated somebody who was too insecure for that or the type of work I do? Because I model all kinds of things, including nude modeling, which is not a big deal. It's 2017, people. Yes, I dated somebody who couldn't handle it and was very insecure about it, and that person ended up saying all kinds of things that made them sound even more insecure, and it definitely put a strain on a relationship, and it didn't work out. I can tell you right now, if you are dating somebody that does something like, I'm sure there are people out there that date porn stars, people that date more than one person at once, people that jump back from male to female. There's all kinds of relationships out there where one of the partner feels too insecure to stay with that person, like they're scared or they can't handle it, you know? Yeah, and I've experienced that. Has anybody out there also experienced that? A type of relationship where whatever job you do, whether it's modeling or nude modeling, or if you're a porn star, or if you are a stripper or a dancer, that's a big one. Have you ever dated a dancer or a porn star and felt too insecure to stay inside of the relationship? I'm sure there's people out there that have. Jealousy is a bad thing. Jealousy is a very ugly, scary thing, in fact. But we're human and we all feel it, so Just reading through. Or ladies, are you a dancer or a stripper? Same thing. And have you ever dated a guy who couldn't handle it? Would he get jealous? Has he ever come to your place of work and gotten pissed and beat somebody up? Like, has anything like that ever happened to you? Subak says, yes, but it didn't bother me. A career is a career as long as they come home to me. I like that answer. I think you are secure enough with yourself to be able to date somebody who has such a, I don't know, alternative type of lifestyle. So bravo for you. Jerome says, this is kind of interesting. Jerome says, I've dated a dancer, but he didn't feel insecure, however she did. I wonder how that is. That's kind of weird. That kind of makes no sense at all. Still reading. Anyways. I'm just reading here. Reading here. And do you guys have a really bad sex story? Those are always good. Something uber, super duper uncomfortable that happened to you while having a one-night stand. I'm sure everybody has had that before. Again, we're only human. Also, do me a favor, reshare this video. If you like this video, actually click the button like, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much to Inked Mag for allowing me to come back and do a live video. It's always appreciated. Thank you so much. And I find it hard to find the right guy who feels secure enough. Awesome. So D says she's a model / dancer and finds it hard to find the right guy who feels secure enough. Yes, D, I completely 100% agree with you. From a female to female point of view, that's got to be really hard. I think at the end of the day, you just want to explain it like it's my job, it's how I make my money, or it's how you make your money, rather. And don't fuck with the business, you know? He's trying to, like, fuck with your money. You don't want that. Yes, I do have tattoos everywhere. For my wife, my girlfriend, at the time was when I felt very insecure with her because she was older than me. I just wanted to think that, an older guy would have more to offer. So I just had, gotta scroll back. Mark says when he was 18, before he met his wife, his girlfriend at the time was 21, and he felt very insecure with her because she was older than him, and I always would think that an older guy would have more to offer her, and I worried that she might have looked at me as a kid rather than a partner. That's a really interesting one, actually. Yeah, the roles are a little reversed. Usually in a relationship, the man is older, sometimes by a lot, but in this case, you were dating a woman who was, I guess, much older than you. So it's kind of hard for me to relate to you on that subject, but I'm sure there's other men out there that feel the same way. Yeah, you don't really see a whole lot of much older women to their partner who is a man. You see it more the opposite. I think the longest span between me and a relationship years-wise, age-wise, was 13 years. Sometimes that's a little bit too high, given things that we can relate to about one another. That person had kids, and I don't have kids, so I think it was harder for me to relate to that person. So I totally understand you on that subject. And do you guys like my top? I love this thing. I got it at Target. It's like my favorite color ever. Anyways, I love it. Have you ever been in a relationship where you had multiple partners? I haven't. Could I do that? You know, I'm gonna be 30 here, and I've definitely partied in my 20s, and I think now that I'm a little bit older, I'm definitely more secure in myself. So I think I wouldn't say that I would maybe add a girlfriend into my relationship. I don't know. I guess it probably would have to be the right person. You know what I mean? And there has to be a ton of communication between, you know, me. Woo, woo. There'd have to be a ton of communication between me and my partner, of course, and the person that we actually brought in. So, your top is so nice. I want to remove it. Sorry, you can't, because I love this thing and I want to wear it. Thank you for all of this super positive, kind compliments from everyone. Whoa. Jessica Cozart says she's 32 and her husband is 50. He's got a lot to offer. What does that mean to you? He has a lot to offer. Are you talking about like financial stability? Because that's always understandable. Or are you talking about something else? You might be talking about experience. Do you guys prefer to date somebody that's much older than you, or do you prefer to date someone who is much younger than you, and why? That's a good one. For me, like I was saying earlier, the longest years apart was 13 years. We didn't really have anything in common, I feel like. Yeah, so that didn't work out so much at all. We were just two different types of people. I think it's way too different. I'm a little bit more on the liberal side, and he was way more conservative, so that's always hard. And would I date somebody who is younger than me? I definitely wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't date a man that was younger than me, because I mean, as a woman in a relationship, you want to be able to depend on your partner for all kinds of things. Experience is one of them. Financial stability, like I was saying earlier. And experience in general. I feel like if I was to date somebody that was much younger than me, they wouldn't have a lot of things to relate to me about, or with me, in fact. To date a little bit older. Tammy says she prefers to date somebody who's a little bit older. Do you have a good reason why? The oldest. What's the longest relationship you had? Nick, I was just answering that question a little bit like a couple questions ago. The longest space-wise between me and another relationship, years-wise, was 13 years. So, you guys like this? I love it. I can't get over it. And the longest relationship. I was also asked what was the longest relationship I had. 5 years? 5 years. Yeah, that's the longest. Right now I'm in a relationship that's about, I don't know, a little over 2 years, and it's going pretty great. So I don't want to do anything to spoil it. Somebody just gave me their number. No, I'm not going to call you. Sorry. There's so many questions. They're all good, you guys. Are there any? So Brittany asked me a really good question about bisexuality. So let's see. Brittany Levy, I think I'm saying that right. Is there any way to tell if you're bi or bi-curious? I've always kind of been not sure, but too scared to test the field. I have a boyfriend, and I hate the thought of sharing him with anyone. Oh. I guess the only real way, Brittany, for you to find out if you are bi is to do something about it. I would say that would be the best way to figure out, I guess, anything. Trial and error is always a good one, especially on that topic. And you can feel it within yourself. If you feel like you're curious and you want to try things with somebody else of the same gender, then that's all on you. I mean, you are in a relationship and you do have a boyfriend, so I mean, obviously talk to him about it and see how he feels about that. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll let you go on a girl date. Girl dates can be cool. That sounds like fun. Colby says he would like to date an older woman due to the fact that every time I have dated a woman that is younger, I feel that they were too immature, and having a woman, that already knows what they want is nice. Colby, that is an excellent answer. Yeah, and I would say that goes both ways. What I was talking about a little bit older about age difference and the space between. Dating somebody who's a little bit older definitely has its perks. I guess the only shitty thing about it is they die first. I don't know. Like, I don't think that's a good enough answer. I think that's probably the only shitty thing about it. And if they're too much older than you, maybe you guys don't laugh at the same jokes. I don't know. But dating somebody that's older generally has more pros than cons, for sure. Hello to everyone just joining. If you haven't been here on a Thursday, I usually do a live show here on Inked Mag every Thursday evening, and we talk about all kinds of things. I try and come up with topics to talk about with you guys. Today just so happens to be about relationships. What kind of relationship are you in? What's the longest relationship you've had? Do you have multiple partners? How has that worked for you? I've just been going over some of the questions that people have been leaving for me here and answering them for myself, from my own experience. And so that's what we're doing. But if you have been here on a Thursday, welcome back. I appreciate it a whole lot. And if you're trying to find my contact info or my social media stuff, I do have it listed above. So welcome. Nick Gibson, I am reading this, just to clarify with you. Corey says it's 2017, and is it okay for a woman to be more financially responsible than a man, or for a man? That's a really good one. Yeah, I think it's definitely okay. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem being the breadwinner or, I guess, supplying or taking care of my partner, if it was that way. I'm not going to really go into financial because we're talking about dating, but I guess that makes sense. It relates to the topic. Hi. Hey. What's up, Julie? How is everyone tonight? Thank you. Everyone is still leaving super duper sweet comments to me. It's always jealous of my female friends or coworkers. Don't have sex with them. Oh my goodness. This is the good one. Carmen Cruz says, hey, I need advice. I'm married. I'm 23 and my wife is always jealous of my female friends or coworkers. She thinks I'm going to have sex with them. Help, please. Yeah, that's something you have to take up with your lady. She obviously does not feel or sound secure enough in her own self to just trust you. And that's like the most important thing in a relationship is trust. Like, if you don't have trust, you have nothing. You have jack shit. And if you break that trust, you have to build that trust back up again. You don't want to be the boy who cries wolf. Also, I'm having a lot of questions about tattoos. I will give you guys a little tattoo tour kind of thing, just super quick. I got my whole chest tattooed.